In the prosperous kingdom of Lontera, Prince Malik was admired by everyone. His charm and good looks made him a beloved figure, and as the firstborn son, he was destined to inherit the throne. King Jabari, his father, dreamed of a wise and just leader who would bring prosperity to their land. However, behind the admiration, Malik hid a reckless side that only a few close to him knew. Despite his royal duties, Malik spent his nights in the bustling town, sneaking into lavish parties where he mingled with questionable individuals. His charm masked a dangerous belief that his royal title could shield him from any consequences. One fateful night, Malik crossed paths with Tariq, a mysterious figure known for his dealings with powerful but shadowy characters. Tariq was smooth-talking and seemed to understand the allure of danger. He promised Malik an escape from the predictable royal life through quick money schemes and adventures that could make him richer than the crown ever could. Ignoring the warnings of his loyal friends, Malik saw Tariq as an ally who shared his hunger for excitement. But Tariq's true loyalty was to himself, and Malik's trust would soon prove costly. With Tariq's guidance, Malik became involved in illegal trade, smuggling rare artifacts from the palace to foreign buyers. Initially, the money flowed in, and Malik felt invincible. Who would suspect a prince, he thought. Yet, his actions did not escape the keen eyes of the palace guards, who began to notice his frequent absences and secretive behavior. Tariq then proposed the ultimate deal, a high-risk operation that promised untold wealth. Blinded by greed and adrenaline, Malik agreed, unknowingly sealing his fate. On the night of the big deal, Malik and Tariq prepared to exchange rare artifacts for an enormous sum. Just as the deal was concluding, palace guards, acting on a tip-off, stormed the hideout. Chaos erupted. Tariq, always quick to save himself, fled into the night, leaving Malik to face the wrath of the guards alone. The scandal spread like wildfire. The kingdom was stunned. Its beloved prince had been caught red-handed in a betrayal of trust. Malik was dragged away in chains, his once bright future crumbling before his eyes. The royal court was packed as Malik stood before King Jabari, the council, and a crowd of onlookers. The evidence against him was overwhelming. Malik pleaded for forgiveness, blaming Tariq for leading him astray, but the betrayal was too great. The council debated his punishment. Some argued for mercy due to his royal status, while others demanded harsh penalties to set an example. Ultimately, the king sentenced Malik to a term of imprisonment, hoping the time would reform him. Malik was stripped of his royal titles and sent to a fortress prison far from the kingdom's capital. The once glorious prince now lived among common criminals, enduring harsh conditions. Initially, Malik resisted, trying to assert his royal status, but the prison guards and inmates showed no leniency. Slowly, he began to understand the weight of his actions and the trust he had shattered. In prison, Malik met an elderly man named Baba Olumo, who had been a wise counselor in his youth before being wrongfully imprisoned. Baba Olumo saw potential in Malik and began mentoring him. Through Baba Olumo's teachings, Malik learned humility and began to reflect deeply on his mistakes. He started helping fellow inmates and even organized lessons to teach them skills, earning their respect. While in prison, Malik began to reflect on his life. The once vibrant prince was now a shadow of himself, sitting on the cold, hard floor of his cell. He recalled the lessons his father had tried to teach him about honor, responsibility, and humility. Those words, once ignored, now echoed in his mind like haunting chants. For the first time, Malik acknowledged the depth of his mistakes. He had traded his integrity and his kingdom's trust for fleeting pleasures. Tears streamed down his face as he realized the pain he had caused his father, the people of Lonterra, and even himself. Malik knew this wasn't just about reclaiming his freedom, it was about redeeming his soul. Weeks later, Malik was brought before King Jabari and the Council of Elders. The once proud prince stood humbly, his head lowered, his voice trembling as he spoke. "I seek forgiveness for the shame I've brought upon this kingdom. If given a second chance, I will dedicate my life to serving Lonterra and its people." The room fell silent. King Jabari looked into his son's eyes and saw something new, a glimmer of humility and sincerity. After hours of deliberation, the elders offered Malik a second chance under one condition: he would leave the palace and live among the villagers, working alongside them until he proved himself worthy of his title. Malik was sent to a remote village far from the palace, where he was stripped of his royal privileges. Here, he lived in a small hut, waking at sunrise to farm the land and gather water. At first, the villagers were skeptical of him, treating him as an outsider. But Malik persevered, learning the value of hard work and the daily struggles of ordinary life. Over time, the villagers saw Malik's dedication. He worked tirelessly alongside them, never once complaining or acting entitled. Slowly, their hearts softened, and they began to accept him as one of their own. As weeks turned into months, Malik's humility and hard work began to inspire the villagers. He initiated small projects, like digging a well for clean water and organizing teams to repair roads destroyed by heavy rains. His efforts didn't go unnoticed. The villagers started to respect him not as a former prince, but as a man who genuinely cared about their welfare. News of Malik's transformation spread to the palace. Even the elders who had doubted him began to acknowledge his change. For the first time, King Jabari felt a glimmer of hope that his son had truly learned the meaning of leadership. After a year of proving himself, Malik was summoned back to the palace. The journey back was both nerve-wracking and hopeful. As he entered the royal hall, King Jabari stood waiting, his arms open. Malik knelt before his father, who lifted him up with a proud smile. "You have shown the people of Lonterra what it means to rise from failure," the king said. "You are ready to lead, not as the prince you were, but as the man you've become." The people of Lonterra rejoiced, welcoming back a transformed prince who had earned their trust and respect. Malik's journey teaches us that true leadership stems from humility, responsibility, and the courage to learn from mistakes. In a world where power and wealth are often pursued at any cost, his story reminds us that real strength lies in serving others and finding redemption through actions. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the scandalous African folktales. If this story kept you on the edge of your seat, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to tap the notification bell so you're the first to know when a new tale unfolds. Your support brings these captivating stories to life and helps us celebrate the rich traditions and lessons of African folklore. Together, we'll keep uncovering the secrets, drama, and twists that make these tales unforgettable. Until next time, stay curious and stay inspired.